Hey guys, it's David from Redneck Garage. I just got my Nissan NV200 back, and it's got 24,428 miles on it. And I thought that I would just go and kind of tell you why people, A, don't want to take their cars to dealerships, and B, how this kind of stinks. I got my bill. It was $1,456. $1,456.46, truthfully. And the service was pretty good. You know, they were nice. That's about all I can say. So, let's just go over what I had done. The tires, which I'm going to have another video on the tires that had to be replaced. I drove them until almost the air was coming out, but they were worn out at about 18,000 miles, the tires were. No warranty. And that's a whole nother story about my dealings with JK Tires, which is a really cool story. I like that story. Alright, so for mounting and balancing 4 tires, they charged me 80 bucks. The tires themselves, they gave me a discount on because I do the locksmith work, I guess, for the dealership, and they were $133 a piece. I ordered 2 wheel covers because the wheel covers on the NV, you're going to find that they fall off, fly off. They're not very good quality tire covers. Now, here's one of the beefs that I have with the Nissan dealership. When I go onto their website, this actual dealership's website, and I look up the price for the cover disc wheel, the price is $27.43. Right? I look it up. That's what the price is, $27.43 for the you know, the wheel cover. In the service department, if you drop your car off for service, they charge you $42.67. Why is that? Why would they charge me $42.67, but if I go online and order it and say, hey, put these on while you're putting the tires on, there's no additional charge for that. They're $27. I don't get that. Alright, so then I went in and it was making a clunking noise, which should have been covered under warranty. Well, what they told me then was that there was a strut bearing that had gone bad in it, so they had to replace both the strut bearings, and they put some kind of cushion in, and da-da-da-da, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. Awesome, so I got new strut bearings in the truck, but then they turned around and charged me $89.95 for an alignment. Okay, well, I questioned them that at the time, and I said, hey, what about the alignment on this truck? And they said, oh yeah, it needs to be aligned, and that's not covered under the warranty. However, front coil spring and strut assembly. This is from the Nissan factory service manual. I have a factory service manual for my truck, and at the last part of it here is check the wheel alignment. If you do any work with the strut, the wheel alignment must be checked and adjusted because it changes the caster and the camber and everything. So, even though it's part of the repair procedure to put the bearings in and check the wheel alignment, they charge me another $90 for that. How special. Okay, so then we go on to, they did give me a loaner car, which was, that was nice. I will say that was good. But there's another story on the loaner car. Okay, so bear with me. So then we go into my oil change, which should be free. The oil change is free for the first 40,000, whatever it is, 50,000 miles, whatever I paid for, right? So I said, I changed the oil myself last time because I didn't want to jack around with the dealership. So I brought it in and said, hey, y'all can go ahead and change it while it's here, but I'm running Mobil 1 in it. I want pure synthetic. I don't want the other stuff in it. And they said, oh, okay, no problem at all. Well, I've already paid for 5 quarts of regular oil. The filter's the same, everything else is the same. Then they turned around and charged me $37.50 for 5 quarts of Mobil 1. Okay, great. Where's my 5 quarts of the regular oil? Why didn't they give me that? Because I already paid for that. That's part of this service. Okay, $37.50 for 5 quarts of oil, Mobil 1, and it is more expensive, but shouldn't that be offset by the cost of the regular oil? You would think so. But no, they charged me $7.50 a quart with no credit for the original. That seems a little shady, doesn't it, Nissan? And the best one. My ABS light was on in the front. And I thought that it might have been one of the sensors in the back. So I said, check it out. And they said, yeah, it looks like maybe you hit something. Maybe you pulled over something. Okay, maybe that's true. That, you know, I'm not going to argue with you on that. Maybe it is. I have no idea. This van is very, very low slung, right? Okay, so they tell me that I need an anti-lock brake light on the dash, right? that part, I looked it up online, it was $147.99, which is high, but it's $147.99. They turned around and charged me $213.76 in the service department. Why is that? Why is it I can look it up online for $147.99 and then they charge $213.76? And then the best part is that they charged me 2 hours labor. 2 hours to change out the wheel sensor. Now, here it is. I looked up the factory service procedure for doing it, and basically, it's easier if you take the wheels off. Oh wait, I was getting tires. I was getting tires put on the truck, and this was part of the service procedure, right? Okay, so the tire's off the truck, and it basically says in the Nissan service procedure that you take a bolt out, you slide the sensor out, you slide it in, and put the bolt back on. Okay, and I just had to add one more footnote in here as this is going along because it made me mad all over again. Not only did they charge me 2 hours to take a bolt out, put a sensor in, and clip a wire, they turned around and charged me rear brake concern, clean and adjust rear brakes for $35. And you don't even take the brakes apart to put the sensor in. You just take a bolt out of the back, you slide it out, you slide the other one in, you put the clean. But then they just tacked on another $35 to adjust the rear brakes, which are self-adjusting, by the way. Doesn't say what the condition of the brakes are. It's just another added charge. And then, of course, environmental fees were $30. That, just had to add that in there, just for grins and giggles. So now my bill ended up being, with tax, title, license, $1,456.46. If Nissan wants to make sure that people bring their cars back to the dealership, then they need to be reasonable on their pricing and not screw people over. They also don't need to lie about procedures that should have been covered under warranty just to make an extra buck. And on the tires, Nissan is hosing you on the tires too. And I've got another video on that, and it's not JK Tires' fault. Right? It's not the tire manufacturer's fault. Maybe there's issues with the van, maybe there, but the price of the tires, a lot of that goes back to the dealership, and I can tell you that's the truth. So, in essence, what I'm trying to tell you, boys and girls, from the Redneck Garage's standpoint, if there is any way possible, even for an oil change, that you can take your vehicle to someone else other than somebody that's got a Nissan sign on the top of it, do it. Now, I'm going to take this back to Mark, the service manager down there, and question it about this. I don't know how it's possible that you can sell it online for cheaper and then turn around and charge way more in your service department for the same part. I don't get that. So anyway, I'm going to give them a chance to make it right, and I'm going to keep you informed. But the bottom line is, if you take your car to a dealership, you're going to get bent over. Even if they say some of it's under warranty, it doesn't matter. I'm going to have a video coming up here. I'm going to try to do it later this afternoon, I think, about JK Tires and my experience with them and my complaints over the tires lasting such a short amount of time and what they said and did. And I'm really ecstatic about them, right? So that's a good story. But, man, Nissan, what are you doing? I know from a corporate level and down, there's something lost in translation, but this is why people don't want to take their cars to dealerships. You get hosed. Every single time. Every time I've had to deal with it. So, anyway, David from Redneck Garage. Keep turning wrenches and we got more coming.